they said I couldn't go back to work.
Yeah, yeah. That's that. When you told me that, that hit me hard when we had our pre-interview a week or so back, because your wrist froze. Is that correct? You had a
Yeah,
frozen wrist. Okay.
yes. And so I had my wrist surgery, and I had to be in rehab for a long period of time because all of the medication from my pericarditis delayed my bone healing.
Mhm.
And when I finally came out of all my immobilization devices, my wrist was frozen, my joint was frozen. And even to this day, I still do not have full mobilization of my right wrist. It still does not have full mobilization. It can't move completely.
Mhm.
And as a right-handed surgeon, that's a problem.
Mhm.
So I had to become ambidextrous. But no one is going to go to an OBGYN if I were to drop their specimen and I say, hey, you want to hop back on the table so I can repeat your pap smear? And so that, as a patient, as a woman, I wouldn't want that. And I try to be reasonable. If I wouldn't want that for myself, that wouldn't be acceptable to expect somebody else to want that.
Yeah.
And so now I'm like, okay, all right, Lord, we had an agreement. This is not what I expected. So I was essentially in this mental problem, in this professional catastrophic issue. And I'm like, okay, this is not what we agreed on. You have brought me way too far. You brought me to my dream profession. You can't take it away from me now. This isn't what we talked about.
Mm.
And like, I overcame a whole lot. This isn't how it's supposed to be. We have to renegotiate this.
Hmm.
I'm not down for this. We need a do-over. I had my come to Jesus moment, and I'm like, okay, Jesus, you need to come again because this is not what we talked about.
Yes, I understand. I understand. And your state of mind at that point was, I mean, I can hear it, but were you ready to give up at that point, or were you ready to
Oh, I
stick
was
through?
absolutely ready to give up. I was not ready to fight at all. I was defeated. I was completely defeated. I ate my feelings. I gained like about 50 pounds. I was completely depressed. And God did not let me stay there. He said, no, Tiffany, no, snap out of it. He let me have my pity party for a few months. He
Mhm.
said, no, snap out of it. He said, think about all the stuff that I've done for you. I've delivered you from so much. This is nothing. You are not your profession. Get it together. Think about everything I've done for you and write about it. Praise me. I was like, what? Praise me. Write about it. So in my phone, in the memo section of my phone, I started writing about how good God had been to me.
Mhm.
And I would just start praising God. And I started writing these poems and these songs and started thinking about different things. And COVID happened and the Black Lives Matter movement happened. And so I started writing a few political things, a few COVID poems.
Mhm.
And I would share them with family and friends. They said, "This is good. You should publish this." I was like, "I'm a doctor. No." And just kept going on. And they said, "No, this could help other people." I
Mhm.
said, "I'm no poet. No." And a few other people said, "No, seriously, Tiffany, you should share this." I was still defiant. And I said, "No, I'm not. I'm not a poet." And eventually, obedience is better than sacrifice.